So I'm Sophie. I'm in my third year of studying classical civilization and philosophy at Leeds. So I grew up in Leeds. I was always familiar with the university. I did a lot of music courses there when I was younger, so I knew I would enjoy being there. I could see myself going there, and after looking at the courses it felt like the right decision. I really like the campus. In the UK there's quite a difference between campus universities and city universities, and I found that Leeds was kind of a mix of the two. You get the nice green spaces while also being close to the city, so I really like the location. So Leeds offers different kinds of exchange. One of them is a Horizon exchange, which is kind of more culture based, and there's only about 7 or 8 countries that are offered for that kind of exchange, and out of those, after doing a lot of research, I just found that I was more interested in Korea and I could see myself living here. I think I was quite shocked when I came to Korea with how really intensely focused people are on the work. I think like hard work and studying is quite central to university life in Korea, whereas in Leeds the work is still so important, but there's so many ways to build communities and join clubs and societies, and I think that's quite unique to the UK in how those societies work, so I'd say that's the biggest difference. I think that the classrooms in Korea remind me of when I was at school. It's very much you sit and listen to the teacher and it feels like a classroom, whereas at Leeds it's a lot more discussion based and you really get to know the tutors and the lecturers more, and you feel a lot more involved in the class. So I think they're both good in different ways, but yeah, very different.
Very different.
I think the size and the layout of the city is really unique. It's so lively and energetic, but in such a small area. It's so easy to find your way around and get to know Leeds if you're coming for the first time. And yeah, it just feels like home so quickly. So yeah. I think Leeds is more expensive than Seoul, especially with kind of rent, and I found the biggest difference was eating out in restaurants. In Leeds that could be quite expensive, in Seoul it's really cheap, but then there's other differences like grocery shopping is more expensive in Seoul than it is in Leeds. It's quite expensive in Seoul, I think. I think how friendly people are. In Leeds, people will just form communities, and there's so much diversity in the city that there's people from so many backgrounds and different cultures, and I think it's really easy to form connections with people that you might not have met elsewhere. I'd say I'm gonna go back to the diversity again and just being surrounded by so many different kinds of people. I think coming to Korea, I did kind of feel a bit like a foreigner, whereas that was never like really a thing in Leeds because there's such a mix of people, and yeah, everyone in Leeds calls it home, and there isn't really a foreigner divide, but yeah, it's a bit different in Korea, but yeah, I'm getting used to it. My advice would be don't worry. I think a lot of people worry about finding their people and finding friends and kind of connecting with the people around them, but especially at University of Leeds, that's such an easy thing to do. There's so many societies and clubs that you can find like-minded people, and yeah, I think it's just so easy to make it feel like home for you. So yeah, I'd say don't worry. Yeah, I'd say give it a try. I think smaller cities in the UK, people underestimate them, but yeah, give it a try and it'll impress you.